do your thing.
Thank you so much for that, Heather. Wow. Can we give Heather a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. What if success wasn't just built on your business, the teams you lead, the awards you win, but more importantly, and also about deepening your relationship with you? If you're here, you have already created something so powerful. You have said yes to you, you have said yes to your vision, yes to your mission, and you have showed up in a bigger way. Woo! Let's give each other a round of applause for that, right? Yes! And what if your next level version of you isn't about doing more? It's about being and owning more of you. You know, so many times we create this picture of success, but how we got there was by betraying ourselves. As a transformational leadership coach and spiritual guide, former psychologist, I've heard over the last 20 years so many confessions. And you may hear some of these and see some of you yourselves in this too. They sound like this. You know, Roz, I have achieved everything that I set my mind to. No matter how much I do though, I feel like it's never enough. I really love serving my clients. I have an amazing team. But recently, I realized that I'm my own bottleneck. I suck at delegating because, if I have to be really honest, I don't trust that anyone's gonna do as good of a job that I will do. And so I know what to do, I'm just not doing it and things are piling up. Ugh, hell. Oh my God, there is not enough time in the day. I'm running from meeting to meeting, project to project, and I'm not eating properly, I'm not working out, I'm gaining weight, and I'm so exhausted. And my family, they're pulling me in all different directions. And when I'm actually there with them, I'm not actually there with them. My mind is somewhere else. You know, I built this successful business only to be resentful of it because I'm a prisoner in it. And so I hear many variations of these kinds of stories. And why I'm so passionate about slaying these unconscious blind spots and patterns and energy leaks is because I once lived that too. Back in 2008, life looked completely, quote unquote, perfect. On the outside, I had hit all the societal success check boxes, but inside, I still felt a void. And no amount of achieving, no amount of hustle filled that void. And then one day, I failed. I failed hard and big. You can read about it in my book. And what happened was it led me to look at myself from a different lens for the first time, from the lens of the unconscious mind. And it was here that I learned that I was operating from this unconscious belief that I'm valued in my doingness, my status, my titles, how much money I'm making, my performance, rather than my beingness. And my beingness, my doingness was never enough. No wonder I was a perfectionist, an overachiever, and this mentality of no pain, no gain. And so I rewired my unconscious mind, and I started to come home to myself. And I don't think that journey ever ends, right? I embrace perfectly imperfect, so hello, I'm a recovering perfectionist. And the arts of slowing down. And as a high-achieving woman, I know you know this, what happens when we try to slow down? What comes up? The G word, and it's not God. Guilt, right? And it's guilt that keeps us being held hostage in these patterns. So, as a CEO secret weapon, today I help you create the most amount of results with the least amount of effort. By rewiring your unconscious mind in 10 to 12 hours, 1 month, results guaranteed. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how and why in a bit. I'm going to give you a little bit of context about how powerful our unconscious mind is. So our unconscious mind drives 90% of our results, both desired and undesired. The undesired is our conditioning, because at the core of us, we want to feel loved, safe, and belong. And so as children, we're growing up in our families, we're creating these strategies, people-pleasing, overachieving, looking outside of ourselves for validation. And it's like this life jacket you created when you were young. And it helps you survive. How brilliant. But at some point, it's like suffocating us. We need to release it. So, when I work with my clients, I see them in their magnificence. Your unconscious mind is actually the coach. And I just happen to be the trained expert to help you tap into your unconscious mind. I need somebody for myself because we can't do it on ourselves. And so here is where we can access our infinite possibilities, our wisdom, and our resources. Here, all learning, behavior, and change happens in that order and happens unconsciously. I'm going to walk you through the 4 stages of learning. And I'm going to do it in the context of learning how to drive a car. So the first stage is unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. These are our blind spots. So when you're a baby, you don't know a car exists. And then the second stage is conscious incompetence. Now you know what you don't know. So when you're 5 years old, you know that a car takes you from place A to B, but you don't know how to drive a car yet. And then, as you get older and you're now old enough to learn how to drive a car, we're in the third stage of learning, conscious competence. And what happens when we start to practice consistently these skills? We move into the 4th stage, unconscious competence. So now, I don't even have to think about driving a car. Caveat, if you put me in a standard, I'm back in stage 2, conscious incompetence. All right, so you can see how all learning, behavior, and change moves through these 4 stages. Now I'm gonna share with you my BOLD method, where in my Quantum Breakthrough program, I walk people through 3 pillars. The first pillar is the B, it's the breakthrough BOLD walks. This is where I'm taking you through timeline therapy, and I'm clearing 7 negative emotions, 8 if you include doubt, in a specific order, and any limiting beliefs you have, and I can clear that in minutes without you talking about the trauma. What? How do we not need to talk about the trauma? Now, as a former psychologist, I do really believe it's important to talk about the trauma so that you can understand it, understand how it impacts you, bring up self-awareness to it. That's important. My clients are sick and tired of talking about trauma, sick and tired of feeling all these people-pleasing, procrastination, overachieving patterns. They're like, I want this out, done. Got it. So that's what this pillar is about. And it's powerful. So I have people pleasers who are losing hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars because they're operating from this wounded place. They're in unhealthy, toxic relationships because of people pleasing. I have clients who are serial procrastinators, and they are pressing so hard, successful on the outside, but like, oh my God, the back end is a hot mess. They are so stressed, they're projecting at their family members. You get the picture, right? After timeline therapy, literally, all my clients, by 85%, so almost 100%, are not doing their problem anymore. And so that's one of the reasons why I can guarantee results, because I can elicit from your unconscious mind how you do your problem. What's your strategy? Okay? So along the way, there's ways to test it. Now, we're not even rewired yet. We're just clearing. The second stage is the O in BOLD, operate from aligned values. This is the second reason I can guarantee results. Your values programming sits at the deepest level of your unconscious mind. And every value we have has up to 50 beliefs attached to it. Every belief has up to 50 behaviors attached to it. So when we shift things, it blows up the whole neurology just like that. I'll put this more tangibly. I elicit values from your unconscious mind in your business, your relationships, if you suck at self-care, health and wellness, and if you have kids still at home, parenting. For business, for example, what I want to hear from your unconscious mind is clients, systems, and money in the top 5 of your programming. And if it's not, there is a very quick technique in this program that will help you literally add or edit the order of the values into the top 5. So personally, of course, consciously I know systems is really important in business. Unconsciously, I didn't elicit it. So once it was installed, this is how quickly it happened. 3 days after, because I'm a client of my own work, I had my quantum breakthrough. My parents come over for dinner, and my dad's my accountant. And my dad's like, oh, can we just look over QuickBooks? What is QuickBooks? Systems, right? And normally, this is what it looks like. My dad's over there by the dining room table, 5 meters away. I'm at my kitchen island, washing the dishes because I'm being productive and really I'm self-soothing. And so I'm like, okay, this time I sat right beside my dad, not realizing this is not my normal. We're going over the systems and QuickBooks, and my dad says things like, hey, there's a discrepancy between what you track and what your bookkeeper tracks, which normally would put me in a tailspin. And I was like, okay, what do we need to do about that? And let's I asked all the right questions to remedy it. Calm. And again, not realizing this was not my normal. Until I was closing my laptop, and I literally felt a physical jolt. And I went, oh my God, Dad, I stayed so calm. And he laughed. My mom was actually there too. So they're like, yeah, we noticed. And I'm like, wow, this stuff works. And then, of course it works, but I was actually like, oh my gosh, right? And then, my parents were like, oh, come to think of it, we have noticed you've been so much calmer since you've been doing this work, and we haven't had to walk on eggshells around you because, there's no one like your parents that will trigger your shit, right? So, I love my parents. So there's more in this pillar, but I'm gonna move on. So the third pillar in bold is the L. You lead with new aligned beliefs. This is where I'm using hypnotherapy to install your new aligned beliefs, and timeline therapy to install SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, realistic, and time dependent. This is really great for athletes, actually. And so here with my clients, we're installing money goals, client goals, business goals. For me personally, I play competitive soccer. I haven't played in 20 years. I just finished my 2nd season. So earlier this year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play with this. So I put in a SMART goal of achieving 1 goal a game. I'm a striker, and I've been allergic to the net, by the way. And for 5 games in a row. Let's see if this works. I was able to achieve this SMART goal in 2 months, and I not only scored 1 goal, I scored 2 goals in the 5th game, and I kept scoring from there. So it's been pretty awesome. My body knows things that I didn't know I knew how to do. This is amazing. Okay, thank you, unconscious mind. Now I want you to write this down. The conscious mind is a goal setter. The unconscious mind is a goal getter. This is why it feels effortless. When we program things into our unconscious mind, it's effortless. Willpower is conscious. That's why it feels hard sometimes, and we have to convince ourselves. There's no convincing here. You already are. In timeline therapy, when we're downloading the how we can clear things really quickly, is because I'm eliciting where your unconscious mind sees the future and sees the past. And here, your unconscious mind will go up to the root cause of the emotion that we're clearing. So anger is always the first emotion we clear. So your unconscious mind goes up like a soul looking down on experience. You never get emotional, you never need to talk about it, because it already knows. And here, you receive the learnings, which sound like affirmations. They sound like, I am whole, I am confident, I am powerful, I'm magnetic. And just like Neo in the Matrix, this is where he's downloading Kung Fu, and all of a sudden he knows Kung Fu. That's what it feels like. And we have points to test it to make sure it's neutralized. It is incredible. Okay, not that you'll never get angry again, these are all healthy emotions, but the buildup isn't there. So it's pretty incredible. So the D in bold is to drive measurable results. And as you can hear, that I gave tangible examples because we're actually looking at preferred desirable behaviors. NLP is a study of excellence, and you are shifting things in your unconscious mind. Those thoughts drive the emotions, which drive your behaviors. It's very powerful. So I'm done telling you. Now I'm going to show you how to be in your most powerful place, and you can access this anytime. You guys ready for that? Yes! Okay, good. I'm going to get you all to stand up. We're going to have some fun here, okay? And I'm going to have you think about, you can close your eyes. I'm going to have you think about something on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like extremely stressful, not a 10, something around the 5 or less, okay? And as you're thinking about this situation that maybe you're a little bit worried about, you're stressed about, maybe you're in conflicts with, I want you to just notice the sensations in your body. I want you to notice maybe your back feels a little tense. Your shoulders feel tense. Maybe you feel a little queasy in your belly. Maybe you're noticing that you're holding your breath a little bit. It becomes shallow. You got that? Okay. And now I want you to place your hand on the place that feels most uncomfortable right now. Good. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm going to get you to keep your hand there, and then I'm going to get you to open your eyes so you can see this demo. Now we're going to do a little bit of energy work. I'm also an energy healer and a shamanic practitioner. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to clear this energy. So you're going to pull, let's say, for me, it's like on my heart. We're going to pull like these energetic cords. And then what you're going to do is with the other hand, so you're going to breathe in as you pull. With the other hand, you're going to use it like a knife. Okay? So you're going to keep doing that. So it's going to look like this. And you're going to do it wherever you feel it. So if it's like in multiple places, okay, that's what you're going to do. You're going to feel lighter and lighter. You're going to cut that energy away. All right, so go ahead and let yourself release these energy cords. Yes, you can keep your eyes closed or open. Let yourself go. Yes, release, release, release. Let it go. Give it back to Mother Earth. She will transmute it into positive energy. Yes. Beautiful. Keep going until you feel light. And when you feel lighter, you can stop. Beautiful. You guys are doing awesome. Amazing. I love it. Okay, now. Beautiful. Stand in Wonder Woman pose. Or Superman pose for the men in the room. Okay, and I want you to close your eyes again. I want you to feel the sensations in your body. I want you to channel your inner Wonder Woman or your inner Superman. The confidence, the solidness, the big heartedness. You're here to go on purpose. You're here on a mission. You're here to serve. If it helps, think about the last time you felt confident. And float into your body. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, and let yourself feel all of that that's happening in your body. Yes, feel it, feel it, feel it. You're feeling it? I want to see some nods if you're feeling it. Yes, beautiful. Now place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and repeat after me. I am lovable.
I am lovable.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
Now turn to a sister or brother beside you and say, you are lovable.
You are lovable.
You are worthy.
You are worthy.
You are enough.
You are enough.
Love it. And then come on back to yourself. Come back inside. Come back inside. I want you to feel the energy rushing through you. I want you to feel your power, feel your enoughness, feel your worthiness. Feel your feet. And then take a breath in. And like your tree, your feet are the roots. Breathe all the way down to your feet. Beautiful. That's your energetic foundation. Breathing in all the way up to the source light energy. Sipping up your breath. And now, through your solar plex, you're going to breathe out through your solar plex and create a bubble around you. Beautiful. This bubble is bulletproof. This bubble is bulletproof to anything that doesn't serve or support. Anything less than love and light just bounces off and consciously and unconsciously and returns to Mother Earth. This bubble also makes you magnetic to all the things, opportunities, people that are of love and light and elevate you. So I want you to feel that. Notice what your bubble looks like. There's no right or wrong. Maybe it's firm, flexible. Notice the colors. And I want you to notice how you feel inside, in your bodies, the sensations, and also in your bubble around you. I want you to feel that energy. This is your place of power. And you always have the ability to access this. It is here always. In fact, I and my clients wake up with this exercise. So take it with you, use it multiple times a day, especially before any big meetings, talks, hard conversations. You got this. So now from this place, I want you to evoke that thing that was sort of stressing you out before. And what's it like to notice from this place of power, this problem? Do you notice? And most of you probably will. All of a sudden it doesn't feel like it's this big of a deal. Maybe you have some creative solutions coming in. This is you accessing more of you in your power. Congratulations. Beautiful. Remember, you are worthy of your dreams. You are enough. And you matter. Love you guys. Thank you.